What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm so sorry, you guys, but I'm here for a late review of what is this? Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. This is episode 4. Sorry that I didn't do episodes 2 and 3, but we are back, you guys. So this is episode 4, titled Don't Sleep. All right, you guys. So before we get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and are not yet subscribed to the channel, then I need you guys to stop taking me out on a date and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit all the buttons on the channel. Light them up, light them up, light them up. Now, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this review, shall we? All right, you guys. So, let's see where we're going to start at. Okay, so we're going to talk about Unique first, right? So, the episode opens up and we see this dude who's running down a staircase, right? A stairwell, right? And the dude that's running, his name is Trash G. So then we see Unique and his boys running behind him, right? So then in the next scene, we see Unique them torturing the hell out of him. So Unique is still upset about what happened in the last episode when his drop got, busted by the cops, right? Oh, if someone would have ever kidnapped me and, want to kill me, I'm just going to tell them, hey, you know what? I know you're going to kill me. You don't have to torture me. You can just put a bullet right through my head, right? Because when they were pulling that man's ear and it was hanging, I was like, oh no. Like, yeah, if you're gonna kidnap me and kill me, I would just prefer you to just shoot me in the head instead of doing that bullshit. Because I mean, damn, you eventually gonna kill me. I guess you're trying to get a word across to somebody. Oh God, but yeah. So this is Unique's boys. So they've known each other since kid. They were on Pop Warner together. Kanan said that they got their dick sucked together for the first time on the same night. I was like, they got their dick sucked together on the same night for the first time. I hope a woman was sucking their dick and not each other sucking their dicks. Just putting it out there. I was thinking about that. Whew. So yeah, eventually, like I said, when they were torturing him, eventually Unique turned around and killed him. When he said he loved him, he said, I love you too, nigga. But you just ghosted your nigga. Ooh, oh, shadam. She's dead. Who the fuck? Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm watching General Hospital, right? And one of the characters, they just walked into the room and she's dead. And she was just on the previous episode alive. Back to this show, right? So then we see Neek. He's talking to his guys about Dean. So he's telling them that Dean is nervous at this point about, nervous, and he's pressing pause on any re-up until the police basically show their hands, right? So, one of the guys tells Unique, it's probably that damn cop that you fucking with. And I'm like, you gonna tell your boss that it was him talking to the cop that got them fucked over? Not a good move, because he told him any of y'all niggas can end up like, Trez. I'm assuming that's Trash's name, but I'm like, that was very smart, right? So what Unique wants them to do at this point, he's want them to load the corners up and step harder on what they got. But you ain't got shit, so what y'all gonna be doing? Putting baby powder and shit, putting laundry detergent? Like, what are y'all gonna be doing to make it stretch? But whatever, right? But Unique says he know that he's like Rock, her sink is all on this. So he gonna hit her back. He just don't know if it's gonna be to her body or to the head. I love Rock, and I really it's crazy. I love me some Rock, and I don't want anything to happen to Rock. If anything would have happened to anybody on this show, I want it to happen to Marvin. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't like Marvin's character is annoying to me because he's any character that is, if anybody has to die in this family, let it be Marvin. Let it be Marvin. That's my thing. I want Lulu, and I don't want anything bad to happen to Rock or to Lulu. I love those two, right? But let's move on, right? All right, you guys. So then we have this scene where Kanan is cooking for, dinner for him and Rock. So Rock comes in with Symphony, and she was like, she's apologizing because she's late. So what it is Kanan cooks dinner for Rock on Tuesdays. So she had been out with Symphony, right? And, he was looking like, I'm Kanan looking like, what the hell is this nigga doing with you, right? So you can clearly tell Kanan is in his feelings about the situation. So he's upset. Like I said, he made dinner for her on Tuesday nights. So at this point, Symphony is kissing Kanan's ass, right? And he was like, well, that's my fault. I took her out. I didn't know that you cooked dinner for her on a Tuesday. He said, but she knew. So then, we later see Rock as she apologizes to Kanan, but she's like, I'm not going to beg for your forgiveness. He's like, I don't hear you begging. She says, because I'm not. So then she tells him that, your teacher called saying that your grades are slipping and that you have not turned this, term paper for your history class. He's like, oh, well, I got it. She's like, oh, don't worry about it. She's like, I'm taking you out of the stash house and I am doing, and you're going to be going to night school. You're going to be going to Saturday school, any kind of school that I can find for you to go to. Your little ass is going to be there, right? So now, before she said that she was going to send him to night school, he's thinking, when she said taking him out of the stash house, he's thinking, oh, promotion. She says, no, you're not getting no damn promotion. The hell? So then we see Rock. So Rock is over at the bodega and she's, checking it out. You guys were in the last episode, which I did not review. I hate that I didn't review it, but she's talking to them. She was telling them to put so many bolts and locks on the thing and to get security cameras, right? So she's looking through it. So then Lou and Marvin show up. So what she wants to happen is for Marvin to go back to the other stash house, get the stash house, get the rest of the money and the rest of the drugs and bring it there. Now the owner of the bodega is like, how much more drugs and money are you bringing? She was like, you don't ask me that question. Like, I don't work for you. You work for me, basically. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I said, I love me some Rock. So then we see Davina and Kanan, right? So they're walking, and Davina's like, I'd rather go to after school. I'd rather do anything in school afterwards than to be babysitting my damn sister, right? So Kanan asks her where's her mom, and she says, at this point, I don't know. So I was like, and I was looking at her mom in the last episode. I'm like, so her mom must be addicted to drugs, right? So then Kanan's telling Davina about Symphony, right? And she was like, your mom obviously likes him and you want your mom to be happy, right? So then, he leaves. He gave her a kiss. I'm like, oh, when did things, I said, so I'm guessing things became serious between Davina and Kanan now that Buck is dead and after she beat that girl's ass in the last episode, right? So Unique, he pulls up on her. He's watching them, right? So then he pulls up on her saying, I ain't saw you since Buck, Buck kicked the bucket, basically, right? She's like, yeah, I've been watching my sister. He tells her, he was talking about her mom, where she was. So yeah, I'm right. So her mom is addicted to some kind of drugs, right? So he tells her about his family member that he helped out, that he sent to a rehab, and now he's doing, well, right? So, he asked her, what was she and Kanan talking about? She says he's not in on his mom's stuff, right? On his mom's shit. But Buck feels that Kanan knows more because it was one of his boys, D-Wiz. Is that what the kid's name was? D-Wiz, who killed Buck, right? So she's like, and he was like, I help you with your mom. But if he helps her with her mom, he wants some information from her, right? She was like, but if I tell you, Kanan can't get hurt. So then she tells him about the stash house, right? So then we later in the episode saw Rock. So Rock is at an apartment complex and she's trying to get 2 units. And she said she wants 2 units, one on top of the other, basically, right? So then, the manager or whatever, or, whatever he is, he's like, I can't just kick people out. She's like, why don't you, put them out, give them vouchers or whatever, right? And she's like, well, forget it. How about I take my business elsewhere? And she has some money in her hand, and he was like, oh shit, maybe I do have something on the 7th and 8th floor. She said, once again, they have to be on top of each other. So then I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the end of the episode, and we'll work our way back around. So then we later at the end of the episode, we see Rock. So Rock took Kanan to his class, right? She tells him she wants him to like Symphony. He says, I will, he's just different. She says, well, different naturally can be good, which it can be. So then the class that Kanan is in, it's a class that Symphony is teaching about, architecture. And then we see at the end of the episode, we saw Rock. Rock went into Kanan's room. She was getting his clothes. She lifted up a sheet on his bed and she found a bloody shirt. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that bloody shirt in just a little bit. All right, you guys. So next we're gonna talk about Fame, right? So you see Fame, he's in the studio, and I got a little bit of an issue with the fact that Fame just keeps dropping the word nigga. It's nigga this, nigga that, nigga, right? So Crown is, listening to him in the studio. Basically, Crown told Famous that the shit that you rapping about, like that last line, believable. But the shit before that, ain't nobody gonna believe that you really dealing with that shit, right? So then Jessica's on the side of him, and Jessica is hyping up, Fame. She's like, the reason why, why they call him Fame? Because he won this poetry contest. Like, he can make anything believable because, he wrote a poem about litter, and that's what won, that's what got him on the radio. That's why he has the name Fame. I'm like, so he won a poetry competition about litter. So you think he gonna make up a whole rap about litter, like he was saying, like Crown was saying, you got to make the shit believable. Like, people not gonna buy shit from you if you don't make them actually believe that you came from that lifestyle or whatever. Especially if you're rapping about coming from the streets, busting caps in niggas' asses and shit. Nobody's gonna believe it unless you can, really sell it, right? So he tells her. So Crown is talking to Jessica, right? He tells her if Famous signs with him, that he can get them in the showcase, but they have to work real close together, right? So then Lulu comes in and sees this. I'm like, Lulu, your girl, you might want to watch her, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna probably find her at some point getting banged out by Crown. Just saying. So Lulu says, "Can we talk outside?" Right? So he asks her why she there. She says, they're on business. Just like how your big sister put you on, I'm putting my little brother on as well, right? And Lulu was like, "Well, what was that shit that you were telling me about me doing my music and doing this stuff myself?" She's like, "I do believe in you, but basically what it is she don't have enough time for you to start from the ground up to get somewhere. So she's doing what she got to do, right?" So then we see Fame. So Fame met up with Kanan and Juke, and he tells them that he's working with Crown, and he's gonna put him on, right? Meanwhile, I'm like, Fame, you do realize that Juke is a singer. She wants to sing. Hell, she's boosting these damn clothes so that she can get a demo. So interesting. It's so funny that back in the 90s and stuff, that's how people got on with making demo tracks and stuff like that. It's so, and now today, in this day and age, you can blow up by being on YouTube or by being on TikTok or Instagram. It's really interesting how technology has changed, right? Because I remember in the 90s, that was something that I really, really, really wanted to do. I wanted to make a demo, but I never had the money for a demo. I never knew anybody to connect me with a producer to do a demo, but I wanted to, and I actually researched it for years, how to make a demo. And I even bought, like when I was a kid, I had my mom buy me this thing where you can attach it to your computer, right? You can attach it, and it's basically what we have these days. Today, you can attach it to your computer, and you can record yourself, and you can make beats and stuff on it. But the shit never worked. I hooked it up as soon as I got it, because I got it for Christmas. As soon as I got it for Christmas, I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I have been telling my mom for years. I'm like, I want this. And she finally bought it for me 1 year for Christmas. She's like, there you go. I was like, oh my God. And it was the first thing that I opened. She's like, Jerome, you got more gifts. I'm like, but I don't care about anything. Like, whatever else you got me, thank you. But this is what I wanted. This was what I wanted so badly. Like, I wanted to work on music. And she's like, open the other gifts, and I opened them up. But that was the one thing. And once I opened the other ones, I grabbed that bitch. We ran to the computer, hooked it up. Like, I hooked it up. I can see, the thing with me is I can hook things up without even looking at directions. But I hooked it up, and then I was like, okay, it's not working. So then I looked at the directions, and I put it together correctly, set it up on the computer, but it still just never worked. So we had to eventually send it back. I was like, that was some bullshit. Like, I really wanted to craft my own demo. Oh God, it just takes me back to my childhood, because I really wanted to make a demo so badly. Where we at now? So yeah, he tells Juke that, about the showcase. And I'm like, you basically rubbing it in her face. And she walked out, right? So Fame was like, why was she leaving? And Kanan was like, you do know she is boosting these clothes to get the money so that she can make her own demo. But here you are with barely any talent and you working with a producer. So then Kanan falling behind her, right? And she's just upset, which, like I said, she got her busting her ass for, to get these pennies for this damn demo. But here you are with your sister, and she's getting you put on. I would feel the same way as Juke. But let's move on. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit more about Juke, right? So in this episode with Juke, we see her with Nicole, and they're at her house and they're watching the video of them singing at the mall, right? So then, Nicole is big upping Juke, telling her, Juke, she's gonna be this famous singer. I was like, oh, little girl, if only you knew what her fate was. It's not a good one. Juke does not have a good future ahead of her. Nah, because Juke's fate was met by an untimely end by her cousin Kanan. I really hope we go deeper into them. How did they separate from each other, right? I really want us to go deeper into Juke and Kanan's story. Because that'd be interesting, right? Because we know how, like I said, we know how her story ended with the original Power, where Nicanoni Rose played Juke. So we know how that story ended. I'm just wondering where the divide is going to come in between them, right? So then, they start messing around with each other, and her parents come up and like, what's going on up there? And I'm like, oh, nothing. We're just, dancing and whatever, right? So then her mom and her dad sees Juke on television on the screen singing, and they both said, oh my God, Juke, you're good. You're a great singer. Which, now, if the young lady who is portraying Jukebox, if that is her actual voice, amazing. So then we see Juke, right? So she later in the episode, she goes and talks to Lou, and she's saying like, Jessica got Fame in the studio, and Crown, but you can't get me in the studio. He was like, no. And his thing is, he doesn't want to owe anyone any favors. I'm the same way as Lulu. I don't really like, I'm one person who I hate asking for help, number one. And I could be, for me, because I look at myself sometimes and I'm like, because it's hard for me to ask for help. That's the one thing I will say. It's the hardest thing for me to ask for help, because I always feel like with people, not necessarily saying everyone is like this, but I just feel that people might, be like, oh, I did this. And I've had this happen actually before, where you ask for help and they be like, oh, well, you remember when I did this and this and this for you, and then bring it back to bite you in the ass. Like, okay. So yeah, that's one thing for me. I don't like doing that, right? So then we see Juke, she leaves, and we hear her on the phone. Now she's talking about boosting some clothes. And I'm guessing from the conversation because I was kind of confused, right? So I'm guessing that she didn't have anybody to look out for her when it came to this, right? So then we do see her, she goes to steal from the truck, right? She only took a jacket from the truck. And so she ran away, and then she got caught by the security guard. Now the security guard that caught her is the one from the last episode when they were boosting, and that one kid was just beating his ass, and Juke stopped him. So he was like, you know what? We're even. Get the fuck out of here, right? So then we see Juke, and she's talking to Nicole about what happened. And Nicole was like, well, that was just karma. You did something good for him, and he returned the favor, basically. And so Nicole necessarily doesn't understand why she's boosting. I'm like, hell, you won't understand it. You're a privileged white girl, so you don't understand the struggles that, black and brown people in impoverished areas go through, right? But Juke says, she's like, so, who's the jacket for? She says, you. And so she gives it to Juke. Juke gives it to Nicole. Well, interesting, right? But we're going to move on. That's it for Juke in this episode. All right, let's talk about that dumbass Marvin. I see why Rock treats Marvin the way that she does, right? So the episode, we first see Marvin, him and Tony, they having sex. It was the fakest looking scene I've saw, right? So once they finish, she does a line of coke. And then she tries to cuddle up with him. He's like, wait a minute, what you doing? She's like, I'm cuddling with you. He said, I thought you said you've been with brothers before. She says, I have been with black guys before, but I have also cuddled with them. He was like, that ain't what this is. So basically, it's I give you some dick, you give me some pussy, and I dip out, right? He don't want no connections with her. But then he notices that the dog hasn't ate. He was like, when was the last time the dog ate? She says, about a day ago. He says, but you ate, but the dog ain't ate. And she was like, what? He says, LT, come on. So LT hops up and comes with him. She's like, but you gave him to me as a gift. He says, and I'm taking him back. You Indian giver. So then we see Marvin. So Marvin, remember I told you earlier in the episode that Rock wanted him to go to the stash house, get the rest of the money and the drugs, and take it back to the bodega, right? So Marvin goes to get Scrap, but Scrap can't come because Scrap got a hold to some bad lo mein, and nigga's stomach acting up. So he like Ezel said on Friday, Smoke, I ain't the smartest nigga, but from over here, it look like you taking a shit, right? So he was taking a shit, basically. So he went to go get him to move everything, but he like, nigga, my ass is leaking. I ain't going nowhere. Deuces, and slam a door in his face, right? So then after Kanan was talking to Juke, and when I was telling you guys about the whole situation with Fame, Marvin pulled up on Kanan to go help him move the stuff from the stash. And Kanan was like, but I got to go to, I'm going to, class. He's like, oh, nigga, you gonna be a plumber? I'm like, come on. He's like, my nephew gonna be a plumber. But he was like, my mom told me not to go to the stash house. I can't go there anymore. He was like, she won't know. Come on, let's make her do what it do. And that was the moment I'm like, yeah, this is why Lulu is her right hand man, and Marvin is just low man on the totem pole, right? Because Marvin doesn't think things through. I'm realizing this in this episode. Marvin is headstrong. He doesn't think. He's not a logical thinker. So I see why he's not running the business. You are not a logical thinker. You might be. I think, is Marvin the oldest? I think Marvin is the older brother, but you act like the little brother, right? So Marvin and Kanan, they pull up to the stash house, right? Now, meanwhile, they're being watched by Neek and his people, right? So they go down there where the money is. I'm like, so you got a stash house, but the money is just sitting out in the open. It's not wrapped up in anything. It's just literally sitting in the open. I'm like, that is not smart. And I'm just thinking to myself, does Rock know how her stash house is being ran? Because I was just confused. Like, does she not know how her stash house is being run? Because the money is just in the open. So then Kanan and Marvin, they taking the money out, putting it in the trunk. Then Marvin tells him that he gonna leave. He'll be back in 20 minutes. I'm like, Marvin, that is so stupid. This is a kid, number one, an inexperienced kid. Why would you leave him with in a stash house with buku amounts of money? Come on, Marvin. So not long after Marvin left, Neek's niggas bust in, actually shoot the goddamn door open, and they start stealing the money from Kanan. I'm like, see? How smart was that? So, eventually Marvin comes back, sees them loading the money into the van, bomb rush that van, start shooting at them. They shoot back, but they get away. Then he goes inside. The dude that is holding, Kanan's been held hostage by one of Neek's dudes. Boom, Marvin shoots and kills him. Actually, he shoots him. Then he starts choking on his blood. And then he shoots him. He's like, that's Neek's boy. So, Kanan was like, at this point, Kanan had the blood all over his shirt, right? So they got to get him home, and they don't need for Rock to find out. I don't know why Kanan... I don't know why they didn't either ditch the shirt, burn the shirt, or something. But Kanan went home with the shirt on, put it on. That's why it was under his bed. Kanan took the shirt off and changed shirts and put it under his bed. Why didn't y'all just burn that damn shirt? That was the question I had. Why didn't? But again, this is Marvin. And I'm like I keep saying, I see why she treats him the way she does. Not the smartest person in the world. But that's the episode, you guys. Next Sunday, we will be on time with the review. So like the video, leave your comments in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when dropping the goes, and share the video. And until the next one, you guys, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask or not. Just whatever you guys decide to do, be blessed and be safe. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.